Hey all, more coffee. It's actually kind of funny. I sat down to do this video and I didn't realize I was right next to somebody, and we just talked for like 20 minutes about pretty much everything. I shouldn't be surprised anymore, you know, when the universe lines you up for perfect conversations such as that. But either way, I wanted to do a video. So today's video is going to be about the 5 things, and maybe a bonus, the 5 things that I am learning, have learned. Actually, your learning's never done. So learning, being shown in this last month. Today is my 1 month anniversary, 1 month car anniversary. I don't know how I'm gonna explain it yet, and I'm celebrating. This is really the 3rd time that I'm doing this car life thing. But this time is different, as I've said in previous videos, and it's like this time is actually about finding myself and pursuing my true freedom. And with that, that's where, that's why at times it's really scary, really hard, but either way. So all of that to say, I wanted to go through and tell you about probably the top 5 things that in this last month I have been shown or working on or get to play with. So if you like my stuff, you like my videos, you like my content, you like coffee, because I like coffee, you want to see where I'm going next, you want to see what I'm working through, click like, click subscribe, and share me. There are a lot of people out there, and I feel like there's a bunch more that would benefit from my stuff, or maybe not benefit from my stuff, maybe totally hate my stuff, but let them be the judge of that too. All right, so let's get started with today's video. Itchy face. So, sorry, still itchy face. I would say number 1 is comfort and safety. So what I mean by that is living at a place, living at a house, living with people, living, when I was living back home and I was married and I had my husband, and, it's like all of these comforts, and being in those comforts is my safety. Being uncomfortable is obviously what feels unsafe to me. So it's like, now that I'm living in my car, I'm taking out of my comfort zone, and every day I feel like I am being pushed more and more, and I resist. I push back a little bit because, maybe this is a little bit too far. I think of rock climbing. If any of you were rock climbers, maybe you can relate, but it's like you're climbing this route and you're going for the next move, but it feels iffy, and so instead you climb back down to the last clip, and you sit there and you're just like, okay, and you're kind of working through the moves. Maybe you go up and clip a little above you so you can practice and everything, but it's like slowly working into that comfort zone, that safety zone. And I feel like that's kind of what is happening here. It's like I moved into my car, I have my little nest of safety, of comfort, and every once in a while I start to peer out over it, or I escape, but it's always right there. It's slowly learning that my boundaries far exceed what maybe my mind has limited me. So either way, it's kind of like just leaning into this new found sense of freedom, and that can be a little scary, that can be uncomfortable, and feel very unsafe, but showing myself that basically that I am safe, and that as long as I can feel safe and secure within me, it doesn't matter the situation, I know I'll be able to move through it. So number 2, I would say, is this sense of a minimalist. When the first time I built out my car, it was, I can't say minimal at best, but I kept accruing things. And maybe it's this sense of, like, I'll call it nesting, pack ratting, hoarding, but like slowly you're just like, oh, I need this. Oh, that'd be great. Oh, this is now mine too. And I think I have a picture. I'll have to see if I can dig it up, but of the day that I left Utah, which was pretty much the end of my journey on that first go. My car was packed And so every night I had to pull everything out, rearrange it up in the front so that I could slide into the back of the car, and then, keep doing this thing where I was item managing myself. The second time, I built out my car so that it had a lot of storage. And so because you have a lot of storage, you have a lot of places and opportunities to store things. So of course I brought everything that you could possibly need. What if I need to do this? What if I need, and I probably brought like 12 of those pound canisters, or maybe even more, propane, and it's like they cost $5, but it was like one of those things where I needed it. And now here we are, round 3. And I started off once again. The last day I left, I went to my storage unit and grabbed, well, what if I need this? What if I need this? What if I need this? And I packed my car with more stuff than what I possibly would need. And I feel like already I have reduced it quite a bit. Every outfit that I wear that I just doesn't feel quite right, I would get rid of. And by get rid of, I mean I don't throw it, I donate it. But that roof rack that I have, it was full of stuff, and now it's pretty flat. And slowly I'm parting ways with things. I feel like, one, it's like this sense of safety and security, that what if I need this? And I don't want to have to buy it. There's also that frugality sense of, not wanting to buy something that I already own. I mean, how does that make sense? But I'm starting to realize the amount of energy that I am managing every single day by moving things around or owning things that I'm not using that other people maybe could use, and releasing some of that energy. So it's still a work in progress, because there's still so many things that I'm kind of getting like the sense of parting ways with, and how do you possibly live your life without it? I remember early on already, I mean, I've only been doing this a month, but like I parted ways with the cooler that I bought last year or 2 years ago now, I don't remember anymore, but it was like, how are you gonna live without a cooler? And I'm doing a great job. Like, you figure it out. And I feel like some other big items are going next, and so we'll see where it goes. Number 3, I'm learning to just be. And what does that mean? I think that's what I'm learning, is just to allow, just to accept the way things are, the way that you are. Because I think that's some of the hardest stuff. I'm out here on a journey to discover myself. And so with that, I want to find all of the insights, and I want to, the only way that I move is if I know I'm going towards the next thing, and I'm staying on the path, and and it's like, what does it feel like to just allow, to just be, to, kids don't sit here and go, what can I do next that's going to put me on the path? And I'm also finding like just laying around, just meditating, just, feels like tasks, and just kind of like sitting with that. Like, why does laying around kind of feel like, check, got that one done, meditated today, check, we're good. But just be with myself and not make it a task. And I was just talking to somebody here, and he said, for the most part, he stays up on the mountain. I'm in Mount Shasta right now. He stays up on the mountain days at a time, and he'll come down to resupply and, socialize, because it's pretty lonely up there. And I was like, it was almost like my worst nightmare. It's like, here I am doing all of this work and learning more about myself, but the idea of really doing that, I'll call it deep dive, but of like spending that time by myself and just being at my campsite without anybody else, and not coming down here to the park and socializing every single day, kind of scares me. So I feel like there's where the work in lies, is really being with myself. So that's for the future. So I'd say number 4 is connecting with myself and with others. So I'll start with myself. It kind of goes off a little bit of number 3, but I feel like what I've been shown here in the last month is like that there is this sense of connection that I feel like I can talk, as you guys already know. I feel like I can talk to just about anybody. And I feel like, though, I can talk for hours, but I'm not actually connecting with anybody. And I'm getting to know people well, but I'm not feeling it like deep in here. And I feel like what I've been shown through that is because I haven't done that deep connection with myself. So like I said, it kind of piggybacks off of number 3, because finding the ways in which I can deeply connect with myself and really get to know myself and really love and respect myself, and not look to other people to love me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like this sense of that the reason I talk to so many people, the reason that I'm out here socializing all the time, is because, you know, one, I love doing it, but two, like, that I love that people love me. And maybe it's because I haven't done that deep work of loving myself yet. So that's going to be an interesting thing to continue to play with and uncover, to find out maybe why that was, I don't know, stopped in the first place, or I hadn't really connected in the first place, but we'll see. So number 5, I'd say, is also kind of similar to the other two. It's that letting go and surrendering, that needing to know, that constantly wanting to know where this is going, to what does it all mean, and instead just being and surrendering, accepting, allowing, not needing to know. And it's such a hard task for me, you know, I'm a very analytical person, and I'm really good at figuring things out. And I feel like it is showing me to not figure these things out, just to be and see where it takes you. When, I'll call it, juicy bits happen on this journey and things start to make a little bit of sense, and you get so excited because it's like a big puzzle or a big mystery, and it feels kind of magic at times when things start to like fall into place, or certain conversations happen and you are like, that was the coolest thing ever. And how much you'd be taking away from yourself if for some reason you were able to figure it all out right now. Like, it would be like knowing the day that you die, you know, your death date. It'd be like, all right, well, now I get to prepare the rest of my life for this, womp womp. And the same thing, it's like, no, just accepting and allowing the mystery to come into your life. So I'd say I'll give you a bonus because it actually just happened. And I'd say number 6 is being seen and being heard. I feel like for so long it has limited me. Heck, this video almost didn't happen because when I sat down and realized I was sitting right next to somebody, I was just like, well, just pack up your stuff, and, you know, this is kind of embarrassing. And then I realized you're doing that thing again where you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be heard, you know, you don't want to be judged is really what it is, you know, because what if he's sitting there going, oh, good, another car lifer YouTuber, you know. And then I was just like, what if he needs to hear this message? What if, and honestly, like, now I'm just sitting here recording it and it's great. But I feel like I'm being shown how much freedom I limit myself from because of not wanting to be seen, heard, or judged. So I would say, take a look into your own life. See if any of these apply. I'm sure one at least does. And see where you can maybe just allow a little bit more, that you don't need to plan, that you don't need to try to control, that you don't need to know where this is all going. You know, why were you fired from your job? Oops, sorry, flies hitting me. Why were you fired from your job? Why did your girlfriend break up with you? Why? I don't know. But just having a little curiosity and seeing where it takes you. And who knows, maybe you'll be out here with me at Mount Shasta and we'll run into each other. But I'm gonna get going since this one got a little long. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna finish my coffee that this guy gave me, and then I think I'm gonna go do something awesome. All right, have a great day.